Hello, Donna Lee here. Welcome to this video on Mastering Me, Mind and Emotion. In this video, my intention is to give you a guideline of how to really get the most out of this program. So first and foremost, you came here expecting and anticipating change. The first thing I invite you to bring forth within you is to create massive change, knowing that it's you who creates the change. I'll put forth guidelines, I'll offer ideas and invite you to look at certain areas of life, but it's up to you to really begin to create the massive change that you wish to see in your own reality. So we'll be working through letting go of old ways and spotting habits and patterns that no longer serve us and creating new stories, new pathways, new neural pathways that begin to create a new way of living for ourselves. But it's up to you to get really clear, okay? So one of the first things that you can do to start allowing yourself to begin to create some space in the mind is to begin a practice of meditation. If you don't already own a practice and you aren't already established in a routine of meditation, I'm going to invite you to bring one in, okay? And in the beginning, I invite you to start slow. Start with baby steps. The goal here is to introduce a new way of doing things. And I'll explain to you on the first call of what I anticipate that first 5 minutes looking like. But I'm really clear in that you're going to need to bring forth 5 minute, in the smallest increments is 5 minutes. I mean, you can do longer, but I really, truly believe you have to start with something of substance and sustenance. So 5 minutes is sort of where I go as a rule of thumb. I like to let people believe that to really create a new neural pathway requires repetition. The only way to really get that repetition is to begin to see some pattern and habit in your life. So I'm going to invite you to bring it in 2 to 3 times a day. For me, 3 times a day feels really balancing. It feels really good at lunchtime to recenter and rebalance and come at the second half of my workday fueled, energized, recharged, right, with that meditation. So however you begin, whether it's the start of your day and the end of your day, or the start of your day and maybe you do it breakfast, lunch, and dinner, whatever works for you is what will be the best for you. I can't tell you the times for you to incorporate. That's up to you. And how long is up to you. The next thing is to get really clear on your vision and allow part of your meditation. Allow a minute or 2 or 3 of that meditation to be visualizing what you're creating, what your vision entails, the changes that you're bringing forth in your own reality. And as you begin to start seeing that and visualizing that, you feel it in that visualization, and it becomes real for you in your reality, and it lines you up with the energetic pattern of that already happening in your life. So the circumstances, the situations, and the events will come forth for you with ease. So far, I've said, get ready for massive change and to begin to meditate and to create that vision, have a clear vision. I'm going to encourage you that every month you revisit your vision and revamp it. So you might want to let go of things you've already accomplished and bring new things in and add clarity to some things that are getting closer to fruition. So those are the first 3 things, okay? In addition to that, part of that big, massive change is going to require you to take action steps. I call these goals that we set daily goals for ourselves. We set forth an idea of some action we'd like to put in place. You know, it's said that if you just make a 1% change in life today, over the course of time, you would end up in a completely different place in life. That 1% change would ripple into a larger effect. It's also said that a pilot leaving New York on his way to California spends over 90% of that trip course correcting. You're going to be course correcting along your journey as well. Being flexible, being open, being observing, and expanding your 360 awareness is all part of this journey. And I'm going to work with you every step of the way to help you master this in the most beautiful, organic, authentic ways. The other last thing I want to touch on is that there's always dark parts to life, that life is filled with polarity. Where there's darkness, there's also light. But if you focus on the darkness, you can't see the light. So allowing yourself to shift, to switch, to shining that loving light of awareness on the darkness in our life allows us to illumine it, to begin to see it in a new way, and to move through that energy and transform that energy, transmute that energy into new energy. So we're going to work more deeply on this, but these are things I'm asking you to just open your mind to and get ready to embrace as we begin our journey together. I'll see you on the other side.